Alright guys, welcome back. Quick video to kind of show you everything I've done so far. I've been working on the installation of all the air stuff for the gear and the brakes. Takes a little while. I had to fabricate some mounts for the servo and the two-way valves. I just glued those in right behind the front nose gear. I kind of made it. You can see the pictures on the website on RC Universe, but they're conformed to the shape. You can kind of see the shape down there of the fuselage, so it sits perfect in there that way. And this will all be covered up when I put the board in, the base board. I'm actually going to mount the brake mechanism, which is just a UP6 valve with a HS81, and people mentioned that this is kind of a small servo, but it meets the requirement per the manual. But the secret to it is putting the lock position like that. It takes all the weight off the gear itself, so it works out really good when you go to the lock position. Very rarely are you in the lock position, you know. So let me get this up right here. There you go. And I've already ran the line for the you see the clear line there for the brakes. Single line down to the Festo T-fitting, and then runs out to the BVM quick disconnect. Brake, gear up, gear down. And I opted, what I'm doing is using one valve for the main gear, or the gear in the wings, and then this one on the right here is just for the nose gear. But because of the dual port, I had to basically do a little loop there to block off that other side, so you don't lose air out there. The large tank for the gear is basically going to sit right there. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a little hole there that this will run through. Basically just goes in like that, but the hole, the black tubing will come out that hole and plug in. I'll have a T-fitting running one to this white valve and then the other one to this. And then I'll have a small, just a medium tank, probably just somewhere in here. I might put the UP6 valve on the side and then the tank over here, so it'll have it. The brakes will have its own. The brake will have its own tank as well. And then I still haven't cut them yet. I've marked everything for the switch for the power system, and then my dual pressure indicator slash gear failsafe slash sequencer. And I got two fill ports, one for the brake, one for the mains, or for the gear. And then when it's all said and done, all that ugly air stuff will be covered up, and you'll just have the switch. Actually, this is going to turn that way, so it'll be more like this. Be just like that. You have the, show you. This guy will be right here. There's the sides out of the way. Yeah, it'll be just like that. One here, just like that. And that is pretty much it for the electronics. Yeah. And then of course the batteries are going to sit, it's hard to see them, to 5200 ions up front. And the gear servos, like I showed you guys earlier, got to hook those up still. And that's as far as the radio gear and operating the gear and the brakes and The battery backer is going to go right here. Not a lot to do for this one. I'm just going to run, probably mount a receiver on the wall here and another receiver on this wall when I install them. But that's about it. I've been working on that all night, watching the games. You know, Bama beating Mississippi State, Auburn getting beat by Georgia. Good night. Probably the last thing I'm going to do tonight is go ahead and get the UP6 valve. Like I said, I'm probably just going to mount it on that sidewall, or either may just turn it upside down and mount it to the bottom of this board. I'll put the little mounts there that you can see for the glue in. Keep it nice and level, because if you don't make sure you get some points of contact, this thing will actually bend the board when it operates. So just something to look out for if you do it that way. And like I said, I won't be using the back baseboard. I don't need it for anything. And the main tank will be there. The secondary, the two tanks, main and the top tank will be sitting right there. And the smoke tank will go here if I ever put it in, and then I'll put the UAT in this area as well. So that's kind of the plan. I'll probably go ahead and put the tank in, just have it in there for CG purposes, but we'll see, because I don't have a smoke pump yet. So, but that is about it. So I'll probably call it for the night after that, after I get this video and this pictures uploaded. So and then I'll get back on it tomorrow. But you guys have a good night, and roll tide.